Alright, so it's pretty hot outside today, so I thought I would stay inside and fletch some arrows. I'm going to be putting on some arrow wraps and blazer vanes, so stick with me and I'll show you how I fletch my arrows. Okay, so the first thing I do is I just take a razor blade utility knife and I cut off the old fletchings, and then I'll take some rubbing alcohol and I'll clean the rest of the shaft off, and I will do it to the rest of these arrows. Okay, next I just take some of this rubbing alcohol here and I put it on a paper towel or a rag or something, and just hold it on the rod, the shaft, and you go up and you just clean it off. Get it nice and clean. You want to get all that glue and excess fletching you have left on there. I'll set it aside and I'll go through and do these. So I have my wraps here, and what I do is I peel it off onto the mouse pad. Just like to stick to your hands. So once I have it on the mouse pad, I take the wrap and I line it up about 1/16 off of the end arrow shaft. And I'll put pressure down and roll the arrow, and then it catches on the wrap, and I'm pushing pressure against the mouse pad as well. And then you got the wrap on, and I'll find the seam, and I'll run my finger along the seam, and then I go along the arrow. And then I'll cinch it on there just to make sure the wrap is on there nice and tight. And if you can tell, the wrap is about 1/16 or less off the end of the arrow shaft. That way, when I put on my Luminox, the contacts can touch the carbon without interfering with the arrow wrap. So I'll finish up the rest of these and we'll get back to you. Okay, so next off, I got my jig here, and I put it in, I clip it in, and it rests on there. On my jig, the third line on the measurement table here is where I like my vanes to be. So what I do is I'll put the vane in the jig, and I'm using the Fletch type platinum, and I'll put a nice bead of glue along the arrow vane. Once I have that on, take my fletching jig, I slide it to the back. I slide this thing, the jig, all the way back to where it hits, and I slightly lower the jig down. And you can see the glue is smeared out a little bit, and that is exactly what you want. So now let this dry for half hour or so, and we'll come back and do the next one. Okay, so once you have the final fletching on these arrows, I'm only doing 3. That's what I commonly shoot. So I got my 3 vanes on right here, and what I do is I will take the glue and I put a dab in the front and rear of every vein, just to add a little extra strength and durability. It can help prevent them from ripping off a little easier. So there you go, finished arrow. Got my wrap, and I did 2 blue and a yellow blazer vein, 2-inch. The reason why I chose blue is because that is one of the only colors in the woods that is not natural. So possibly can help me find an arrow easier after I shot a deer or whatever.